Here we are, folks, live at GladrapChannel here at Cambridge Raceway in New Zealand. On the 22nd of September, we're here with the man himself, lawyer and Oceania champ, Josh Nika and Isaac Savage from Gladrap. Next up, we've got fight number 2, Meg Saunders fighting out of the red corner against Ringen out of the blue. All the way from Norway, Josh. We've got a fighter here from Norway. She came here to race horses. Now she's jumping in the boxing ring.
Oh, welcome here, Una. Welcome to Aotearoa.
You know, we're in the lovely city of Cambridge, which is actually famous for horse riding and the horses, and this is why we're at the Raceway tonight. But some people come here for that and end up doing something totally different, and I'm sure when she first came here, she didn't think she's going to be jumping in a ring a couple of months later.
No.
Meg Saunders too. Let's not forget tonight, folks, this is just an exhibition because Meg Saunders has another fight tonight. So this is going to go the distance. If it does go the distance, there won't be a winner, and then she'll go on to fight another fight.
There's quite a culture among the jockeys here in Cambridge. There are quite a few people that have had corporate boxing fights. I've noticed that because Nigel's had quite a few fighters who are jockeys on his cards.
Well, it's the city for it, and as we're discovering, there probably could be a few more jockeys on the card tonight. First up, Una, all the way from Norway, out of the blue corner, trained by Nigel out of Aces Boxing, and Meg Saunders there in the red corner. Always interesting too to watch the females, Josh. You know, obviously it's a male-dominated sport, but when we see these females fight, they throw down at times harder than the males.
That's right. They've got a point to prove. Women's boxing is healthy. That's their point.
Meg Saunders there in the red headgear and Una there in the blue.
Some good skills so far. Good jab by the woman in red. Oh, brilliant movement.
Meg Saunders using the footwork nicely. Going to the left, going to the right, holding that guard nice and high. Bit of an unorthodox sort of boxer style at this stage, but it's working for her.
Nice high guard there from the Norwegian.
Cross jabs to just popping out, sticking and moving.
Meg Saunders is spamming that jab quite well. Makes it quite hard for your opponent if they've always got a jab in their face. You know, they're trying to focus, they're trying to stick to their game plan, but there's always a jab right there in their nose and in their eyes. They can't see what's going on quite as well.
Look at the way, though, Meg Saunders is moving. She's bouncing off the ropes, finding a few pot shots in the stomach, going high, moving very well for a person that hasn't had that many fights.
That's right. See, that's another thing. When you're using that jab to get in their face while moving around as much as Meg Saunders is, it's really difficult for an opponent. So you're trying to chase someone with a jab in your face.
Closes that distance, sort of skipped in then and then skipped back out.
Brilliant footwork.
Parrying really the shots.
She's starting to increase the volume as well, Meg Saunders.
Very, very busy round. And like we said, the women at times, most times, do throw down harder than the men. And like you said, they've got a point to prove.
Women's boxing, it's fairly new on the scene compared to men's boxing. You know, in recent times they've been quite.
Hey, and that was the end of round 1. Close round. You know, we don't want to judge too many of these, and I thought both girls put up a really good fight. Meg Saunders slightly edging forward in my eyes on that one, but it's only round 1.
Obviously it's an exhibition fight, so there won't be a winner at the end of this fight. But if I was to score that round, I'd say I'd got Meg Saunders winning 10-9. I'm liking the high guard from the Norwegian. liking the way she throws her right hand after catching a few punches.
Yeah, she's not making it easy at all, and it's probably that jockey spirit, you know.
That's it.
Once again, high guard there from the Norwegian Una. It's almost like it's glued to her head, but hey, that's good training. Good way to be, especially in a boxing. Look at the way she's ducking and moving though, Meg Saunders. I'm liking the style and swag there.
Yeah, using that shoulder roll as well. Something quite Lomachenko-esque about the way she's moving there, like snatching an angle off the Norwegian.
Very light on the feet too, you know. She'll bounce forward, close that distance with a skip, then get back out.
I'm sure Meg Saunders would take that compliment well, being compared to Lomachenko.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too, that he's probably one of the best technicians out there, and
Sure is.
some of the movements she has tonight are definitely resembling what he does.
See that uppercut and move. So what I think Meg Saunders is doing well here, she's throwing a shot and moving. So from the Norwegian's perspective, she's got a punch in her face, and then she looks up again after the punch is out of her face and there's no one there in front of her. She's on an angle, then she can hit her again.
Moving beautifully, like you said, Josh, in and out, in and out. Although Una's coming forward, she's got a high guard.
Oh, good right hand by
Not
the Norwegian.
Not dynamic enough, but yeah, throws a nice right, then that did land on Meg.
Another one. But she's firing a lot back there, Meg Saunders.
Pot shots there, Meg coming forward.
Another right hand there. And Meg Saunders throws a right hand.
Little right there throwing as the round finished. Another good round from both girls. Meg Saunders a little bit busier of the two.
Yeah, and I think she's feeling it too. She's visibly tired in between rounds there. But it's all good work she's putting in.
Got to remember Meg Saunders is fighting again tonight on bout number 6, so if she's starting to look a little bit tired now, she might want to conserve some energy for that second fight. And a big ask, you know, coming in, fighting in an exhibition, then fighting again for a non-exhibition fight is a bit of an ask, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah, it sure is. Well, some people would find it quite like a bit easier to fight after an exhibition, depending on the kind of fighter. So some people need to shake off that nervous tension. Some people might just be completely buggered by the end of their first fight. Depends on the fighter, I suppose. Often nervous fighters would like to get the first fight out of the way.
Well, it could be compared to doing a bungee or jumping out of the plane. You know, some people want to do it again straight after, and exactly what you're feeling after that could be what it's like for a boxer jumping in the first time and then jumping back in. And it happens often too in the amateur ranks, right? You come into an amateur tournament in the morning, sometimes you're fighting 3 times in one day, which, you know, you would have experienced a little bit more than some other people out here tonight.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that only happens in professionals in those 8-man eliminator tournaments. But it's quite normal in the amateurs to have more than one fight in a day.
Just as we say that too, look, Una's coming forward, she's still holding a tight guard. Sometimes people that have had their first fight usually start tiring, looking a bit gassed, looking like they don't want to be there. This jockey is coming forward now, being the aggressor, chasing down Meg.
It's like she heard you. She's doing it more now. It's that jockey spirit.
Exactly. You know, they get to the end of the race, they see that finish line, and they go a little bit harder. And I can see this with the Norwegian. Coach is bringing out the whip. He's screaming. Let's go. We've only got about 30 seconds now. Meg Saunders in the red, Una Ringen from all the way from Norway,
Just for this
fighting
fight.
the blue.
Now, I'm sure she didn't plan to be fighting when she came all the way here from Norway, but here she is, all the way down at the southernmost point of the world, having a boxing fight. Who would have thought?
Here we go, 10-second clapper. The finish line is near. What's going to happen? Is the Norwegian going to come through, bring it home, or Meg Saunders going to punch on through?
And she lands the last shot there, the Norwegian. I would have given that fight to Meg Saunders if it was being scored, but at the end of this, you'll see both fighters have their arms raised.
What an experience, eh, Josh? What an experience. You come here for one thing, do another, and I don't know if there's any other high in the world that you can experience as much as a boxing fight, and here she is, she's done it.
That's right.
She might be addicted, jump in again.
Yeah, it happens quite a lot. I mean, we've had quite a few people that have had a corporate fight, got the bug, and then taken on amateur careers.
And the Norwegians looks like she's still buzzing. She's unscathed, she's ready to go. Nigel Elliott happy with that performance, and probably happy too with Meg for jumping in, having an exhibition before she goes on to have a real match up later that will actually count towards her record.